warn you, before you download this story, I warn you, if you're a depressed person, don't do it. If you're an angry person who thinks he's going to go off like a rocket or go postal, don't read this story. Because it's going to get you so crazy that you're liable to commit some violence, and I don't want you to do it. Violence only begets more violence. Racially charged murder trials getting scant national press. It's on michaelsavage.com. Christian and Newsom, that's a white couple, young couple. They were out on a dinner date in Knoxville, Tennessee. Nice kids next door. Carjacked, kidnapped, tortured, raped, murdered, set on fire by a group of blacks. According to published news reports, the two were tortured at length while they were alive in each other's presence. They were then strangled and shot. I don't think I can even read this now. I don't know whether to cry or scream. Newsom's mutilated and burned remains were found along a railroad track the following day. 2 days later, Christian's battered and burned body was found in a trash bin. The suspects were quickly arrested and charged with...
My brother ties the girl up. I had her give me oral sex. She gave me oral sex.
Carjacking, kidnapping, rape, premeditated murder, theft, and robbery.
I fixed myself. I fixed my clothes. I put her back like I found her. And went back into the living room and sat down. Vanessa came out.
At Boston University, Mr. Zelnick told Cybercast News Services that the Knoxville murders, as gruesome as they were, need a strong peg to reach a national audience. He said racism would certainly be one. Celebrity involvement would be another. But the coincidence of white victims and black perpetrators doesn't pass muster. Though the coincidence of white perpetrators and black victims might, because of its relative infrequency. And so there it is. So Zelnick says the reason it hasn't been picked up is because it's not sexy. After all, she's just a white girl and he's a white boy, and they're just black guys who, well, they just did them, that's all. Not only did they do them, they did them in a way that you wouldn't even see in Iraq. But that doesn't make it to the New York Times. Instead, they show someone with Down syndrome on the front page last week having a coat put on her back by her father. Showing you something about Down syndrome as the lead story, for example. Where are the two megaphone reverends, Sharpton and Jackson? I would think that raping, mutilating, torturing, and setting people afire is worse than a radio insult, and yet the good reverends are nowhere to be found. Isn't that interesting?
And I said, all right, be careful. And I love you. That's the last thing she said to me. Well, she loved me.
I promised Chris when I embraced his form in the casket that I will be in court every time one of those suspects makes an appearance.
In the 2007 kidnapping, rape, and murders of a young Knoxville couple will remain on death row. Lamarcus Davidson asked to have his 2009 conviction and death sentence ruled unconstitutional. A special judge denied that request today. Davidson claimed 3 trials of listing drug use by the judge in the original trial, and another man being recently charged in the crimes prevented him from getting a fair trial. A jury found Davidson guilty of kidnapping, raping, and murdering Channon, Christian, and Chris Newsom. He was sentenced to death.
Hearing from Davidson's former cellmate about the time they spent together behind bars.
In 2003 and 04, Kelvin Cowens was behind bars in West Tennessee where he met Lamarcus Davidson, both serving time for aggravated robbery.
We would compare our crimes and stuff, and his was just always just a little darker.
I interviewed Cowens via Skype. He is currently out of state. Cowens tells me he and Davidson were cellmates, and he thought they were friends determined to turn their lives around.
This was before the murders. This guy was like a brother with me. We played on the same basketball team. He was my barber. I was his barber. We played checkers all the time.
3 years later, after both were released, Cowens learned of the horrendous crimes Davidson committed against Channon Christian and Chris Newsom. It made him remember a time he says he saw Davidson choking another inmate.
I rushed in and I broke it up because, he was about to, it looked like to me he was about to kill him. Seeing that, and then hearing about how he choked Channon, Miss Christian, it wasn't far-fetched for me because I had already experienced it with him in the penitentiary before he got out.
It seems like the intensity and the sadism is also off the charts in a lot of these home invasion robberies.
That's the result of defending the black felon.
I mean, today, what do we have today? How many, in the last two weeks, there have been 2 black murders where they set the girl on fire.
Yeah, well, in my line of work, that's one of the things that black males, young black males do. It's the ultimate humiliation, and it could be a black female. They'll send them on fire as well. It's the ultimate dehumanizing thing to do. Understand that the most vicious among black predators, the more vicious and heartless you are, the more status you have in their group, in their community. So
anybody who's ever listened to rap or read rap lyrics, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's a celebration of sadism, indulgence, no impulse control, addiction. These are hymns for the thug world, for the criminal world.